for my kiddo. And I wanted to chat with you a bit about that just to see what I needed to do to help that along.
Absolutely. Yeah, I actually saw you on our list today of people to reach out to, so that would be perfect.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
I think I was a little overly cautious in my filling out the information. I don't suspect you would have any issues with him at all, but
Yeah.
so yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah, happy to talk.
Okay, awesome.
When it's our turn to talk, can we screen share and show a presentation?
Yes.
Okay.
Sarah, I'm gonna need a little help with that.
Say that one more time. I was typing something.
She wants to be able to screen share her presentation.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We should be able to, one participant can share. I think sharing options should be enabled. So if you wanted to test that right now, you could just try and screen share real quick. Perfect.
Yep, looks great.
Awesome. Just want to make sure it's not one of us co-hosts that are sharing because it looks different on my side. So perfect. You are good to go. And I will put in the chat just kind of anybody having any questions, keep their mic muted. And if they have any questions, just go ahead and put it in the chat. And I can help kind of communicate that as well. If there's questions in there when you guys pause for questions. Oh, and love hand raising.
Yeah. Catherine, I sent you a graphic and the link to our video earlier in hopes that we could share that during this presentation. Is that something that you would want to share from your end, or should I take over the screen and share it from my end?
Sue, that's what I sent over to you.
I have, just so you guys all know, I took all of your flyers and I put them into one PDF. And I'm going to, once most of the people get into the group, I'm going to put a link to the website in the chat, because that's where I put it. It was on our website, all those flyers into one. And I did get the email with the video, but if you can screen share and you want to share it, that would be great. But if you can't, then I'm happy to do it on my end.
Yeah, if you wouldn't mind sharing it from your end, my internet is sketchy at best out here.
Okay.
So that would be lovely if you're able to.
Okay, no problem.
Thank you.
Are you able to clarify just really quick before more people come on, what you're hoping to see in our presentation? I mean, I understand we're talking about our program, but if there's any expectations you have?
So the place that I got most of your information was off of the DDA website, and a couple of you I know outside of that. And basically, Tacoma is kind of severely lacking in resources, especially for summer for kiddos with special needs. So I was hoping to get a group of camps / respite activities together to show families that there are things that our kiddos can do during the summer. They don't have to be locked in your house all summer long, and how valuable it is for them to interact with each other and in the community and have new experiences and that whole piece, right? And also kind of show you guys that there is totally people that want this, and that we need to start as a community growing more programs and more services available for our kiddos in the summertime and respite care. So that's kind of where it came from. I'm hoping that this kind of is an every year thing and we just keep building it. And next year there's 20 of you, wanting to present. That would be amazing. Does that help?
That's perfect. Thank you.
Okay. All right. So it is 6:30 right now. Anybody have any last minute questions before we start to let the people in? Okay, cool. Thank you again, guys. Okay, Sarah, do you want to start letting folks in?
I think it might take a minute for people to trickle in. So it tends to be with our audience that it's And it might be the tail end of dinner time. So maybe a couple more minutes. But we can still talk. I mean, it's being recorded, so.
Thank you all for joining. Just give it another couple of minutes. We're waiting for people to trickle in.
Okay, it's been 5 minutes. What do you guys think?
I think we should go ahead and start. Okay. Welcome all tonight. We have some great presenters on summer activities and respite care in our area. Tacoma has been kind of in a slump since COVID, and I think that we are in desperate need of more programming, and I'm hoping that some of these lovely ladies that have come tonight to speak will give us some hope, and we'll continue to be able to grow activities in our area, and that we'll all see the need and start talking to the people to make some positive changes for our kiddos. All of these groups are people that I got off either the DDA respite care list or groups that I've personally worked with before. So we're going to start off and go one by one, and at the end of each person's presentation, we can take questions for that specific provider and go from there. So we're going to start with Allegra Dance.
Thank you so much. My name is Tanya Goodwillie. I am the owner of Allegra Performing Arts Academy. We are in Kent, a short drive from Tacoma, but we are really proud of a program that we have that is called Dance Able. It's for any student with special learning differences. And I have my teacher here with me. Her name is Ricky Lynn. She's certified with RhythmWorks with integrative dance. And I'll turn it over to her in a second just to give an idea of what a typical class looks like. But I do want to share that this class has been a long time in the making, and it's been going now really strong for about 5 years. But I want to say like maybe 10 years prior to that, just trying to get it off the ground and get it going. So we're really happy about it. We do have classes for, we have a class for junior age, which is about 8 to 12 years old. And then we do have a teen class, which is age 13 and up. Our classes are running right now, so not just in the summertime. So our schedule, we have these classes are on Thursday evenings, and in the summers, they will also be on Thursdays. And I did see in the chat, someone was looking for preschool age, and we're working on getting that going. I'm not sure if we'll get that going in the summertime, but we hear you, and that's been definitely something that many people have been reaching out asking about. But I just want to say before I pass it over to Ricky, it's something that I'm really proud of. I believe in dance. I believe in the beauty of dance and everything that can offer everyone. And I love that we really are offering dance to everyone. And it's just a really amazing class. And some of the past few years, we've had this class perform at our showcases as well. So that's been really exciting getting this class on stage. So I'll go ahead and turn it over to Ricky Lynn. She is our amazing teacher.
Hello, I am Ricky Lynn. I've been teaching the Danceable class since we started it about 5 years ago. Like she said, I trained with the RhythmWorks integrative program. So that is kind of what I base the whole class off of. We will start the class kind of with like a free time / obstacle. So the first 10 to 15 minutes, I set up different activities for the kids to do just so that they can get comfortable in class, but work on balance and coordination, different sensory inputs and outputs, just getting them feeling really good. So it's not just walking in and getting straight to work. We'll do a little bit of cleanup time, get all of that put away, and we do rhythm time. So we'll grab rhythm sticks, we'll grab cones, we'll grab bean bags, whatever we're using that day. It tends to be the rhythm sticks. And we'll do some rhythm time, working on staying with the music, different rhythms. We'll then get our bodies really, really warm by warming up and doing the brain dance. And then we kind of mix in some games in there. And then we tend to be a little geared towards hip hop. So we'll learn a dance and I follow the dance moves that were given. There's cards, so they have a visual. We put them up on the wall. They have a visual of what all of their dance moves will be. And September through December, we are putting a dance together for our holiday showcase. So that will stay pretty consistent. Starting in January, we will do January through June. We're getting ready for our June showcase. So again, that will stay consistent. And through the summer, we learn maybe a couple different dances, maybe 1, 2 to 3 dances. So they'll do the same order of moves for several weeks in a row, and then maybe we'll start over with a new one. And that's kind of how the class goes. It's a 45-minute class. They tend to be on Thursdays. Right now they're on Thursday. The past couple summers they've been Thursdays, but I shouldn't make promises because I haven't seen that summer schedule yet. But we try really hard to keep them consistent. Do we have any questions? Any thoughts on what that might look like? I do say that it stays kind of hip hop focused, but sometimes the kids will come in and they will express an interest in a different style of dance. And if that happens, we try to find little moments in warm up or when we're learning the dance move to throw those styles in there. There's a question over here. Level, I can't see it. Level of. I have students both in a walker and a wheelchair. We will adapt to whatever is needed for them.
And yes, DDA funds. Yes, absolutely. And we do have some information on our website. If you go to allegrodance.com, we have a whole page dedicated to DanceAble. And I really believe in dance as it is, with all the benefits that come with it, but there's beautiful lists on there that, about sensory input and behavior development, core strength and balance. And I mean, there's so much that go along with it. So I'm so proud of this class, and I think Ricky is amazing. All the parents that have come and the students that have come have just been raving about her. And oh, thank you, Sue, for putting that in the chat. So that's all about Allegro and DanceAble. If anyone has any other questions, or you're welcome to reach out to us and send us an email or just contact us through our website as well.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for allowing us to be here. Appreciate it.
We 100% appreciate you guys. Okay. So Jen is here from Pierce County Park and Rec. And Jen, we used to have services through Metro Parks, but I understand that as of COVID, you've kind of taken over the lead and the need for that. So
yeah, we partner with Metro Parks Tacoma, and we cover the Tacoma area for services for programming. So we have programming year round, but I'll only be talking about summer day camp. But in my slideshow, I have our link to our website, so you can go and see what we're doing and how you can register.
perfect. I'll turn it over to you.
Okay. Hi, I'm Jen. Thank you all for coming today. I do have a slideshow because I have 4 camps to talk about today. All of our camps, you can use DDA funds for them. To use your DDA, what you would do is you would call our phone number 253-798-2997 and register over the phone. DDA clients unfortunately are not able to register online, but you do have to call, and then we'll set up your payment with the state, so it's not that big of a deal. So just call us at 253-798-2997. Our website is www.piercecountywa.gov/PCSR. And on there you can see our quarterly guide that we put out 4 times a year, and all the activities that you can register for. The first camp I'm going to talk about is Camp Kickback. This camp is for adults, and it's for adults who maybe don't have the mobility to walk around all day and be at a typical camp that would be outside. This camp is at a slower pace. It will stay put at the Star Center. Each day they won't go on any field trips, but they'll do a lot of arts and crafts and cooking. and other fun activities that will be more sedentary. This is a week-long camp in August. It's $100. And like I said, this one's mostly for adults. Camp Lots of Fun is the oldest running camp for children of various needs in Pierce County. This one is for kids ages 6 to 21. It's going to be 4 weeks this year. It's going to be held at Meridian Habitat Park, which is in South Hill. And I did want to mention that all of our camps are on the shuttle line. So campers can come to camp on the shuttle independently without their parents. We do have a lot of people who take advantage of the shuttle. And so all you'd have to do is call Pierce Transit Shuttle to get that set up. There is an intake form that you would fill out with them, and there's a registration process, but once you're set up to go, they'll take care of your ride, and all you do is you call them up and tell them where you need to go and when you need to be there, and then you set up with them your pickup times at your house and your pickup times at the program. So Camp Lots of Fun is Monday through Thursday, 9 to 2. This camp will be at Meridian Habitat Park, like I mentioned before, and it will be at Meridian Habitat Park all day, but it's high octane, full of energy. There's lots of games, there's lots of arts and crafts. We bring in special guests. There's lots to do, and our campers go home very tired after this program. So Camp Lots of Fun is our only camp for our younger age participants. Camp Pierce is for ages 20 and above. Camp Pierce is a mobile day camp. So every day you would meet at the Lakewood Community Center, and you would go out into public and either volunteer somewhere or go to a park, go to a spray ground, go on a field trip of some kind. This camp is busy and is out in the public the whole summer. It is 4 weeks. You register for 1 week at a time, and it's $100 a week. And like I said, it's held at the Lakewood Community Center, which is across the street from the Lakewood Police Department in Lakewood. And then summer camp, Earth Explorers. This is our eco camp, and it is it's a half-a-day camp. In the mornings is Earth Explorers. You can sign up for that, or you can make it an all-day experience and add on Camp Pursuit. Camp Pursuit is our hobby-based camp where we learn about different hobbies that maybe we would want to do at home and participate independently at home. You can register for either camp by themselves or put them together for an all-day experience. And this is 1 week, July 5th through the 7th. And this is also at Meridian Habitat Park. And it's Camp Pursuit is $50 and Earth Explorers is $50. So put it together, it's $100 a day. And then just again, our contact information, our phone number again is 253-798-2997. And our web address is www.piercecountywa.gov/PCSR. Does anybody have any questions about our summer day camps?
I do. The last camp that you spoke about, what age was that for?
Let me look at the flyer again. It doesn't have an age group attached to it. So I think this is for a little bit older of the kids, but I can get back to you.
Okay, and we also had, when is camp registration open?
Camp registration will be open in a month.
Okay, and can we register for one of the 4 weeks of camp for Camp Lots of Fun? And actually, I think the flyer said that.
Yeah, you can register for 1 week or all 4 weeks.
And then, so I personally am up in Northeast Tacoma, and Metro Parks has camps through Norpoint Center, and as does like the Star Center and other ones. If we wanted to use our DDA funds for those camps, can we through Pierce County Rec, or how do those work? Or is that strictly Metro Parks and they don't take DDA funds anymore?
That would be through Metro Parks Tacoma, and they would not be specialized rec camps. They would be just your typical camp if that's what you would like to register for. And then they would have the information for what the camp is and the costs, and they are set up to take DDA payments.
Oh, they are now.
I believe so, yes.
Okay. I did reach out to them, just so you know, Jen, but I didn't get any response back.
Yeah, they're still doing programming, but not specialized rec programming. So
Okay.
they still have camps and sports programs and other things. They're just not doing specialized rec.
Okay, so they still allow for integration into the gen ed camps though.
I couldn't tell you. I would assume so, but I couldn't tell you that for sure.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions?
There was one more question in the chat. What was is the youngest age the camps are for? One of the members has a 3-year-old who will be 4 by summer.
No, unfortunately, our youngest is 6.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, any other questions for Pierce County Rec?
And I did want to mention that this is just what we're doing for summer day camp. We're still offering our monthly programming throughout the summer. So if a camp is not for you and you want your child to be enrolled in a social group, we still have several social groups that will be meeting for an hour and a half a day every week. And we also have our bowling program and Special Olympics. So there's still lots of other things to do if camp is too long of a duration for you, or if it's not what you're looking for. We do have other programs.
I knew she was going to ask this. What are the ages for the social groups?
Our social groups right now are 12 and up.
Okay. Might want to think about younger, because I think that would be beneficial. Okay. Any other questions, folks? All right, thank you so much, Jen.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Really appreciate you guys. Okay, now we'll move on to Camp Bassett. Am I saying that right?
We are Camp Bow Site.
Bow Site.
Yes. Hi everyone, my name is M, just the one letter. I am the program director as well as our head nurse at Camp Bow Site in Chimicum, which is just south of Port Townsend, like half an hour north of Paulsbo, if that helps. So a bit out of the way. We serve quite a few from the Tacoma area, but not as many as we would like to see. And we are a DDA as well as a PAVE and lifespan provider as well. And Sarah, if you're able to screen our video, was that you?
Sue,
Sorry, Sue, if you're able to screen our video, and then I will talk for 30 seconds afterwards.
Hold on for 1 second. Can you guys see my screen okay?
we can see it.
Okay. Oh, weird. Okay, here we go. Can you hear it?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do I have to do, Sarah?
I was gonna say, turn it up a little more. I think I started.
Okay,
hearing.
you started to hear it? Okay.
Anyone in my life. Earning their trust
There you go.
to being taught how to make bracelets, not by counselors, by campers, and playing basketball with them, and just everything about the experience is amazing.
Seeing their smiles when they walk in the parking lot is priceless, and you can't find that anywhere else.
Yeah, just creating a safe and fun environment that a lot of these campers wouldn't necessarily get not being here, you know. They get to settle in, wind down, but also be free, let loose, be wild, you know. And I think we're really good at creating that setting for them.
Nothing in the entire world compares to the looks on my campers' faces when they're having a good time at camp. And I can tell that camp is their happy place too. Like I can just tell that I'm doing something really important.
At Camp Beausite Northwest, we have an incredible opportunity to support our campers of all different types of needs. We support and care with full ADLs, or activities of daily living. It's important that all of our families know that our staff are trained to care for your camper and your precious cargo every step of the way. And we always ask for your support and your guidance whenever we have any questions about what that care might look like. Camp Beausite Northwest overnight programs support all ages. So you can start coming to camp at the age of 7, and then you can keep coming to camp until you're 99 years old. You can be here for as long as you'd like to. We spend a lot of time in our kitchen with our food service director and our kitchen team, making sure that all of your campers' dietary needs are met. But what's your favorite thing, Miss Abby?
I like circle time.
You like summertime at camp?
Yeah, circle time.
Oh, you like circle up, circle time. That's awesome.
That's awesome.
It is awesome because why do you like circle time? Is it because you get to sing?
Yes.
That's so cool. Welcome you to Camp Beausite. We're mighty glad you're here. Camp Beausite Northwest functions on the generosity of our community. Our community comes together to help support our campership programs that ensures that all of our campers have the opportunity to have the camp experience. Will you tell the camera what your favorite thing at camp is?
I like to dress up as Iron Man.
Yes, you like to dress up as
Iron Man's
Iron
a nice
Man.
man.
That's incredible.
Batman a nice man.
Yes, absolutely. Is that all your
Guess what?
favorite things at camp?
Yeah.
That's so
Yeah,
cool.
guess
Thank
what?
you for sharing.
Iron Man won't hurt Nelson.
That's right.
He's a nice man.
He is a nice man. Thank you, Nell. Good job.
Thank you.
Here at Camp Beausite Northwest in the state of Washington, we are only one of 4 overnight programs that offers the camp experience and respite. We have over 120,000 potential campers here just in the state of Washington that could utilize our services and the respite options for their families and their caregivers. What your favorite thing at camp is?
My favorite camp is meet my counselors.
Yeah, meeting your counselors is awesome.
And it's really fun. And then I like our favorite thing is to do arts and crafts and do the talent show and meet all the new campers and we do stuff together. This evening we do the circle up.
Yeah.
It's so much fun.
So much fun. You love all the things about camp, don't you? Well, thank you so much for sharing. That's
Thank you so
awesome.
much.
We love to be here and active at Camp Beausite as much as possible. We run our summer programs and we run our weekend programs. On top of that, we have a rental and a retreat center for our community to be able to rent camp out. When someone or a group rents camp out, they're contributing towards the finances needed to support our campers and their families. favorite thing at camp is?
Good afternoon, my counselors, and this is my very first year at camp, and I want to come back.
That's so perfect.
My favorite one, I think, is everyone makes me feel like home. Like I miss my home, but like here I feel safe, I feel happy. So it's my happy place, it's my safe place. Yeah, everyone is my family here.
Awesome. And Alessa, where are you from?
I'm from Mexico.
Okay, so that is our video. It's actually new this year, but it kind of gives a glimpse of the population we serve, which I hope is applicable to all of you, and the setting that we have at Camp Beausite. So as it said, we start at 7 and up, and we don't separate our sessions by age, because that is kind of presuming that people of a certain age are also that age cognitively, which is not usually the case when we are working with individuals of different abilities. So all sessions are open to all ages, is the bottom line. We also have full scholarships available as well. Most of our fundraising goes into our scholarship fund. So basically anyone who applies for a scholarship is eligible. So we encourage everyone to reach out if you don't have the DDA funds to cover it. Most of our programs are overnight. And in addition to myself, we have a full team of medical and nursing staff to accommodate all the needs that we might have. And we run year round, so summers and school year programs all the time. Normally our school year programs are on the weekends. And we do flexible drop off and pickup times to accommodate those coming from further away, as you would all be. We also have one-to-one spots for almost every program that we offer as well. And that goes for behavior support as well as physical support. So whatever you might be needing support in. And then in addition to that, we have a session in summer that is just one-to-one support. We call it one-to-fun camp. So, and common activities at camp are arts and crafts, hiking, s'mores, dance parties, movie nights on the lawn, bingo night, talent shows. We have a brand new sensory room in our main lodge, and then there's a ton more. And then past our standard program offerings, we have specialty programs like our adventure camp. For those who are a bit higher functioning, we gather up at camp and then we head out into the Olympic Peninsula and we camp in the backwoods for 4 nights, and we learn survival skills and outdoor cooking and things like that. And we have a women's retreat where moms, daughters, friends, sisters, anyone who is or isn't attached to this community is welcome to come out for the weekend. And we bring in massage therapists, hiking, yoga instructors, all this stuff like that. Yeah, and anyone who's interested in signing up will get a $50 discount out of this meeting tonight. So please reach out if you are. It's in November. It's the 3rd through the 5th, and it's one of the most pampering weekends, and it's great. And the population there, a lot of us have these children in common. So it's a great way to network and make some friends too. But other than that, just Google us or reach out to me or check out the PDF that was sent out. But Camp Beausite is who we are, and registration is open for all programs in 2023. And that's all I have.
And that is amazing. I am definitely coming out in November for massage.
Yes, we'll see you there.
Does anyone have any questions for her? By the way, also wonderful video.
Thank you. Thank you.
So the one thing is, I think you said 7 and up or 6 and up, because
7.
7. Okay, cool.
Yes, some of our programs
a little bit right at that spot.
Okay, yes. Some of our programs start at 7. We have a couple that start at 9, but for the most part, and a lot of it is case by case as well.
So we have the question in the chat box. Would my son bring his own nurse, or would one be provided specifically for camp?
So you'll have 2 nurses, myself, and then a nurse in addition to me, whose only responsibility is handing out medications and taking care of all medical needs. So you will fill out a medication form online, and then we'll take it from there. So no need to supply a nurse or any type of caregiver. We are full holistic care.
Any other questions? All right, and that was just amazing. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. And reach out with any questions. Hope to see you in 2023.
Okay. Ruth, you are up next, my dear. Ruth is from Engage Through Tech, and she's got a really cool program to talk about.
Hello, welcome everybody. Yes, I'm with Engage Through Tech, and we have a variety of offerings that are more technology based. A couple of the things that we do are the traditional like cooking class and art class, but most of what we offer are technology based classes and camps. We don't have our camp schedule up and running yet, partly because I'm trying to, we got hopefully an exciting opportunity to connect with the actual Tacoma school district. I've been talking with the director of special ed about possibly actually running some of our camps at the school district, maybe piggybacking them on the days, the weeks that they offer ESY, since the building's already open. But they haven't been able to get back with us yet on those dates. So therefore I don't have a flyer for you guys, but we do also offer programs throughout the year. And so I was gonna focus more on kind of like what we've got going on right now. Another really cool thing about what we have going on right now is that, yes, we offer our classes that can be paid for with respite, but we are also now the recipient of the Dan Thompson Memorial Grant Fund that you may have heard of. And so what that means is a couple things. For our group classes, even if you don't have respite funds, you can get any of our group technology classes paid for with the grant money, the scholarship money that is being offered through Dan Thompson. The other really cool thing is that anybody, even if you do have respite funds, or anybody who doesn't, but everybody who qualifies for DD services can get one-on-one computer classes with us, computer sessions, and they can focus on whatever you want, any of the above of any of the things that we offer. So each has their advantages. The one-on-ones can be more individualistic, but the group classes, we work a lot with like collaboration, social skills, friend making and things like that. So they each have their advantages, but either of them have, as long as you qualify for DDA services, one way or another, you're not going to have to pay for it. You'll either pay for it with respite if you have it. If you don't have respite, then you can pay for it through the Dan Thompson Scholarship Fund. And that will include our camps for this summer. So pretty much everybody will be coming for free, which is really cool. Free is a good number. Yay, yes. So let me just show, is it okay for me to screen share? Let me show you a couple of different things. Is that okay? Okay. All right, so let's just start with sharing my screen here, because I'm going to go take you on a trip on a couple of different things here. So this is our, zoom in a little bit more. This is our flyer that will be available. We have a couple of different programs we're running right now. One of them we call Superstar Video Game Creations. It uses the software Scratch, and it's just what it said. They get to make fun little simple video games. And in a minute here, I'm going to show you a couple of different examples of some of these things. So you can kind of see these are actual projects that participants have made. And yes, I've gotten permission, photo release permission from the participants to share this. But video game creation, we've got a couple of different options. We offer this online, which sounds like on the surface is like, because everybody, especially coming from COVID, is like, online experience, horrible. But a lot of these participants with special needs really like the online experience, because what we do is we have a video call to give the instruction, but then they have their computer in front of them. All they have to do is go onto Google Chrome, onto a certain website. We give them a code, and then they type that code in, and they are literally taking over one of our computers in our office. So we can see exactly what they're doing, because they're the ones driving the mouse, and we can even see, you know, where the mouse is moving around and say, yep, you want to click there, yep, up there. So it's a great opportunity, particularly for kids who have social anxiety or who maybe don't do well, like out in a group, because we're able to give them, we can draw on their screen over Zoom to show exactly where we want them to be clicking, circle here and things like that. If there's any problems, if their display gets messed up or whatever, we just simply reach over with a mouse, because the computer they're working on is right there. They're just remotely accessing it. We can reach over with a mouse and fix their display and all. So it's really a good positive experience and a really good fit for a lot of the different participants that we have. So just because you see that on our flyer about online, don't shy away from that. We've got a lot of followers of participants with special needs who are doing this and enjoying it and actually preferring it to be online. But that being said, for all of those who want to have in-person experiences, our locations currently are Maple Valley. We're working on getting something set up in Enumclaw, and we also have in-person in Federal Way. We also for this one-on-one time, we're going to start to try, we don't have anybody yet, maybe one of you guys will be some of our first customers, so to speak. We're going to try to set aside some time on Saturdays to go to the Spanaway Library and just kind of schedule some back-to-back one-on-one sessions for those who want to have the one-on-one experience of learning about different options of what we have an offering for. So our video game creation, we have options to do that online Sundays, either in Enumclaw or in Maple Valley on Mondays. And then in Federal Way, we have an option where you can either do it online or in person. We piggyback off of other venues, and so that's what allows us to kind of be in different places. And so that's why I'm really hoping that we'll be able to partner with, for the summer, to be able to partner with Tacoma School District for offering some camps. We definitely will run at least 1 week of camp, special populations camp in Federal Way this summer. That's usually we call it STEAM, Science, Technology, Engineering, Art, and Math camp. Our camps go down to as young as 6 or 7, and most of our day in and day out groups are starting at 12. We have a superstar movie making, which we kind of find out each session what genre of movies that the participants want to do, but we have available to them to do animation, either 2D or 3D animation. We have stop motion videos they can make, or we can do a green screen, or we can do a combination. So we kind of, it's all participant driven. They get to write the script. They get to basically become a character. And then we ask what character you want to be and what you want that character to do. Then we weave together all the plot lines of all the participants to come up with the story that we're going to come up with, which sometimes is a bit random, but you know, we go with it, like Pokemon unicorns, which I'll show you in a minute here. So we've got that option online on Sundays. We've got Enumclaw Mondays and Maple Valley on Fridays that we offer that. Then we have one that we just call Fun with Computer Tools, which is basically all the Microsoft, the PowerPoints and the Word and the Excel spreadsheets and so on, and you know, photo editing software. Last time we did a lot related to computer graphics. This time everybody wanted to like create a storefront and like pretend like there was their customers and enter in, you know, sales receipts and stuff like that. So again, a lot of what we do is, it kind of depends upon the interests of who's there and driven by that. Then we also offer just basic computer exploration, which can include things like keyboarding or just like how to use a mouse or how to drag and drop, just kind of the basic building blocks for anything that you might want to do with a computer. These are more, that's more for people who are just starting to kind of figure out how to get a computer to do anything for them. And then we also just have special projects. We've got some of our participants who are just very narrow-minded on, I have this very specific goal, like you know, budding movie critics or producers, you know, who really want to become a film producer. And so one of our instructors has a degree in film, and so they work with them about, you know, script development and how to lay it all out and all that. So again, we've got all these options. Let me, if I've got a minute here, I'd love to show you some examples of some of the things. So here is a basic, this is a game, I call this Pung. And they get to pick the graphics that they want, but this is like the, like what we all, well, some of us may be too young to remember Pong. But this was literally one of the games that we are coding with the participants. And it's really not as hard as what it looks like. And then let me show you, this is a movie. This was actually a movie that was produced by some of our special populations participants. And this was an example where one person wanted to be, wanted to have a Pokemon theme, and the other person really wanted to have a unicorn theme. And so we put the two together, and the unicorn was the Pokemon that got captured. And so it combines animation and green screen together.
Hello. I'm a Pokemon unicorn. Where am I? You're in my lab. Okay, just don't help me. Oh, be careful.
So yeah, let me, so they each made that, they animated all the backgrounds of it, and then we green screened it and we all put it all together and all. So again, just it's all step by step is all it is, and we're there to support their ideas and dreams and help them, you know, make whatever they want. But at the same time, they're having to, you know, learn some teamwork and collaboration, because like I said, you get to do what you want and have the character that you want, but we somehow have to figure out how to weave those ideas together, which is great. You get your own individuality, but you also have to be, there's got to be a little bit of a give and take. Yeah, it's a great social skills building process. So yeah, any questions? Anybody got any questions?
Thank you so much for showing us some of the work, because it's hard to envision as a parent what they'd actually be doing. To see that video is pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, it's ideal if they can come with the ability to like drag and drop, and they don't have to necessarily know how to read or how to type. Again, and we have the different levels, where people, if they're just barely starting out with computer exploration, but these are participants who really aren't tech savvy. Those two gals are not, they're not like computer nerds, but they know how to work their way generally around a computer, and we just step by step it all through the way.
Perfect. Does anyone have any questions for Ruth about her programs? And Ruth, as soon as you do hear back with some definitives from Tacoma, please send it our way so we can share that with the group.
Yeah, I definitely will. Yeah. I think we'll probably end up doing, if we've got 3 weeks, we'll probably do 1 week that'll be like coding related, game development coding related, 1 week that will be kind of movie making related, and the other one that'll be more of a STEAM related, where we'll be doing like computer experiments, having engineering design challenges, having people have a chance to take data for citizen scientists, and probably incorporating a little bit of our coding and movie making in there for the technology part, kind of a little potpourri of things is probably what we'll be doing for the 3 weeks.
Perfect. Okay. Thank you again, Ruth.
Yeah.
Corey from Campfire is here as well. Hi, Corey.
Hi, y'all. Thanks for having me. I'm Corey. I also go by Treetop, if that's easier to remember. And I am part of Campfire Central Puget Sound. Full disclosure, we don't do a ton in Tacoma, but we have a huge operation on Vashon, and we really love our groups, and they're kind of all over. So I figured if I talked about all three, maybe something will stick for someone. Also, we love our DDA funds. We definitely take those all year round. We are a camp for high functioning kids, but we really take pride in inclusion on every form of the spectrum. So we're happy to work with y'all if this is something, if you find that you're interested in something. So first, day camp's a little far for y'all. We run camps out of Bothell and North Seattle. They're state parks. They're a lot of fun. If you want to hear about that and trekking all the way up north, I'm happy to tell you, but there's probably camps between here and between Tacoma and North Seattle. But what's really great is our overnight camp on Vashon. If you have any gluten-free kids love our gluten-free camp. We do about 100 kids 1 week for that. And we have really good staff because we're good. People like it here. So we have a really low ratio, and we're happy to work with y'all if that's what you're interested in needing. We have a whole inclusion form, so we'll help us help you with the more information, the better. We generally decide to try to stay technology free, but with the right circumstances and the right group, we're more than happy to work with you. And then we also do a lot of weekend retreats. So we have a you and me camp, mom and kid camp, dad and kid camp. And then weekends specifically based on inclusion, usually in the fall and the spring. And then so that's our overnight camp on Vashon. And then lastly, I wish there was a better way to describe this, but this is the way people get it. We're alternative Girl Scouts. We're co-ed Girl Scouts, essentially. We have our patches and our groups and our weekends of volunteering. And so if that's something you're interested in, we definitely can set you up with a group in closer to South Seattle. Campfire Tacoma is, I'm not sure if they do much. They don't respond to my emails, but we're a good place to be. I hope that was, sorry, I know I just kind of rambled there for a second. I don't know if that's exactly what y'all are looking for. I'm happy to send the newsletter or give you any specific questions, answer any specific questions you might have. If that's something you're interested in.
Corey, can I help you out here a little bit?
That'd be great.
So my little guy is considered moderate or moderate autism. And he has actually been attending Campfire on Vashon at Camp South since he was in 1st grade for overnight camp. His first year he did in kindergarten. They have a day camp program also on Vashon, which is absolutely lovely. And I was scared to death for him to go in 1st grade to overnight camp. And they made every single piece of it work. They have full nursing staff there. They gave him meds and watched out for him. They are very kind to me. My child is a very, very, very picky eater, has like 5 foods he eats for lunch and dinner. And so they send me the menu for the week. I say, yes, this one works, this one doesn't. I take in my own food for the meals I know he won't eat, and they make it for him. And I just can't say enough about Campfire and Camp South. I'm really hopeful that you do get something down in Tacoma going for day camp, because you used to have the camp in Federal Way that we also attended for day camp, and it was just such an amazing experience. It's so inclusive and just so wonderful, and I can't speak enough of the staff. Carter still talks about his girlfriend that he met at kindergarten day camp, who was like probably 11 or 12. She was like a junior leader kind of thing, and was helping him get used to camp. He's like, I forgot her name. Maybe we'll see her this year. Every year. And his 2 years ago, his camp counselor, her, oh gosh, I want to say her name was Daffodil, but I could be wrong. He still talks about her. It's just amazing. It's been such a positive experience, and that's part of the reason you guys are part of the reason why I wanted to do this, because I wanted other families to experience the joy of their kids going to camp. So I love Campfire and Camp South. So
Thank you so much. That was so nice. Yeah, what she said.
So
wish I'd recorded it. That was very heartwarming. Thanks. Anyway, I'm proud of what we do too. Clearly it shows. So happy to chat with anybody if they have any specific questions.
So does anybody have any questions for Corey or for me, apparently?
I think the only question would be just, I know it was brought up earlier, so I'm just kind of listening out for any that are for maybe the younger crowd, the preschool crowd. Is there any that you have, Campfire, that would be for a 4-year-old?
That is not us either. I apologize.
Okay.
Good question.
No, that's okay. Just always checking. Thank you.
Thanks, y'all.
Thank you so much, Corey. I appreciate you.
Oh, I have a quick
appreciate
question.
You.
Go for it, Jamel.
What about kids that maybe need like a one-on-one caregiver, like in a wheelchair? Is that possible at campfires?
Camp South is not what is it? Is not physically accessible, unfortunately. We definitely could do one-on-one with enough planning. That's very doable, but we are not. We don't have ramps into the dining hall. That's kind of the big one.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. I'm sorry, my husband had a freak out there. Any other questions? All right, thank you again, Corey. I appreciate you. And Cody, you are up next. We can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
Now I can.
Yes, I need to use my outside voice. Okay. My name is Cody, and I am with Sequoia Therapeutic Recreation. We are a brand new nonprofit organization that just started. I don't have any camps, and I don't have programs for preschool or kiddos. Katie called me to see if I could come and chat and, offer what was going on and, why she found us on the DDA contract. And really, I was here to hear and listen and find out what y'all are doing and where there may be gaps for services, what might be a need in the future. It's just me and Peggy kicking it. I don't have another staff yet. So really, it was just about finding out what you need. We do have DDA contracts. So I have specialized habilitation, community guided engagement. We do take community respite. So we have a bowling program and a social program. And I think the youngest person in the program is actually 15. So again, it's not exactly youth. So I was honestly here to find out where Sequoia needs to grow. So this is your chance to ask questions or make a request. I've been taking notes at what y'all are offering. It's pretty cool.
I would love more social groups for younger kids.
And what age group is younger for you? What does that mean?
Well, so for mine is 11, 12, but I feel like problems that they need to learn how to evolve around start up in 2nd or 3rd grade and then just get more complicated from there.
Okay.
I was gonna second that. I have a 3rd grader, and so like I would have really loved to have maybe I didn't know about them, but like social groups that I could take him to when he was a little bit younger, like 6 or 7, to then get him used to and be okay in those social situations and more a controlled environment instead of trying to be helicopter mom at the playground, and trying to steer off, his very bluntness that he can come across as. So just want to voice that out. And Jamila, you're on mute. Go ahead.
Oh, thank you. I feel like we need a need for like adaptive camps and sports for like kids in wheelchairs or walkers. We used to do a lot of really cool adaptive recreation with Metro Parks that has now ended since COVID. So something like young children, preteen age, teenage age, just something that has a little bit of one-on-one support, but recreation for kids in wheelchairs and walkers.
Are you hooked up with the Rainier Adaptive Sports?
I know of it, but my son can't move a wheelchair to do wheelchair basketball.
Okay, so they don't have any like social activities yet?
No.
Okay.
So he gets pushed in a wheelchair, so there's like he would need one-on-one help with his activities, but he enjoys all of that stuff. Bowling, basketball, archery, name it, we do it.
How far you're willing to travel?
It depends on the schedule, but we go to summer camps 3 hours away right now. So, travel isn't like the main concern.
Have you checked out Outdoors for All?
Yes, they are very hard to get into. And it's not like ongoing programs. Like, if you were lucky to get a skiing spot, you went skiing once. So it's not like with Metro Parks, we used to do like once a month kids day out activities. And we would do their week-long day camps. It would be structured just like all these other camps that we're hearing of.
So Outdoors for All just came out with their list for summer camps, and they are doing more structured camps again this year. And they are up north in like Madison Park in that area, but it is like a 9 to 2:30 all day structured camp. And
sorry, yeah, that the distance is hard. So if I have to be the caregiver, I would need local because I work. If the camp supplies, support
they would supply it.
So last I called them, they said I would have to supply it. So, because he needs help with his ADLs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll keep looking for you.
Okay, thank you.
I just put my email address there in the chat. If you guys have any suggestions or thoughts in the Tacoma area, of what activities and where there may be gaps that Sequoia could step in, that'd be great.
Yeah, and I just want to say that even though we have a lot of programs for the higher end, people with higher end motor skills, our computer exploration class is definitely for participants who don't have really good motor skills and are just at the basics of trying to figure out how to connect. We have one gal who has a eye gaze system and is using her tablet mostly, before coming to us, only for communication, but it's a regular tablet, so it has the internet and stuff, and we're using that to be able to like remotely connect on one computers or on one of our computers so that she can utilize our software and participate. So just kind of keeps that in mind. We kind of run the gamut of the physical ability levels.
Okay.
I have a question. I never did the zoo camps at Point Defiance, but has anybody here done a zoo camp with their child or?
Oh, sorry. I
Go
will
ahead.
say, so my son is now almost 13.
Hi,
He is in a
Chase.
wheelchair. Oh, that's Miss Sue. You want to say hi?
Hi, Chase.
I hear a lot of people asking about the preschool and younger age. I will say that metro parks like the zoo and nature center and all that was very accommodating when my son was young. So like most of the time my son is in a wheelchair that, you know, I have to physically push. So most of the time I did have to go as an aide. But they were very accommodating, and the zoo took DDA. That was a couple years ago. He's kind of outgrown those, but yeah. So we did nature center at preschool age. We did the zoo. What other ones? I think those were the main two, but like the nature center has like several that you can choose from. So
I was just looking up the zoo webpage, and they have camps all the way up until, let me see, it's by grade, but they have them up until it says 11th, 12th grade. Like, you know, I mean, I don't know anything about what they offer and if they're, they don't say anything about allowing campers with disabilities, but their website is, they've got a lot of age ranges on it, like up until 12th grade. So I don't know, maybe that's like maybe they have some of the SAMI students working there or something like that. But I was kind of surprised to see that age range all the way up. I don't know.
One of the other things we have done in the past is specific science center camps. They have a site in Burien that they provide camps for. I think it's 2 weeks, might be 3 weeks. And they've been incredibly adaptive as well. They do not take DDA funds though, because of the way the science center, the science center itself would have to accept DDA funds, which makes it a little weird.
Do they just
Okay.
have a camp, a place for camp in Burien?
Yeah,
Is
they
that all-
take over
okay.
a school in Burien and do the camp there.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of like right on the cusp of White Center. So did anybody feel like this was helpful? Did you find something that sparked some interest for the summer? Oh, really? So Desiree says that Pierce College does a summer space camp. Didn't accept DDA funds, but offered a scholarship at the same rate. That's wonderful. Did anybody else have any questions?
Does anybody know if Metro Parks is going to offer anything to replace what they took away during COVID? Are they going to, does anybody know anybody there who, because it sounds like that left a huge hole when all that adaptive programming was taken away. Is there any word on the street that that's going to come back at all, or?
I mean, based off their website, they merged with the Pierce County Parks and Rec specialized recreation. But again, you know, the audience is a little bit different. So that's just saying that 'cause that's all I noticed.
Okay.
I was under the impression that Metro Parks Tacoma kept their adaptive program. So I would definitely reach out to Metro Parks Tacoma and see what they have to offer. I'm really surprised they didn't show up today. This is totally their jam.
They were invited. I emailed them twice and called.
Yeah, so I would definitely check into that, but I was under the impression that they were going to continue to do adaptive and do all their adaptive programming. They have staff that I've met who do the adaptive. So other than that, I don't have any information, but I believe that it's still there. So definitely check with them.
I'm just looking right now, and they still have their adaptive tab, and they have goal ball, wheelchair basketball, and then they do Beyond the Bell with Tacoma Public Schools. I don't know what that looks like, but I don't think that's summer. That's just
No,
after
that's
school, right?
Yeah.
I think we do have that during the summer, though. I think Beyond the Bell does do a summer one, but I'm not 100% sure if that's inclusive.
I feel like for the right kid, it's inclusive. Does that make sense? I don't think staffing wise, they have the ability to provide anything more than like a 1-to-12 ratio.
Correct. I don't think that there would be a one-on-one or a nurse or anything like that. That's what I was meaning by inclusive. Yeah. And I heard Point Defiant Zoo, and I just like went on a tangent there. And I did look through their website, and they do, I can't see anything that they take DDA funds, but there is a part of the wild access. So if any families receive benefits such as SNAP or food or medical through the state, that there is scholarships available for their camps, and their camps that you just have to fill out a form for special needs, and that they do accommodate. So I would make sure we can add that as well. So being a member there, I was just looking into that. So
thank you.
Oh, and Desiree just posted, DDA no longer has a contract with Metro Parks. So I think we just might need to do a little bit more digging.
Desiree, I have a question for you. When you say you sent a one-on-one to camp for your child, how do you get a one-on-one? Like, do you hire them? Is it through, is it like a respite situation and then you send them along to camp, or what does that look like?
were you asking me a question?
Yeah, sorry.
I apologize. I'm in the middle of bedtime routine, so I'm bouncing back and forth.
Oh,
So we had our respite caregiver essentially through Karina, who is our quote summer nanny. So she was able to attend camp with them, and had done the afternoon with the specialized rec time as well, that they were having picnic in the park or something for a little bit there. So she would take them, and as a working mom, that was nice to have someone who could take my kids.
yeah. Thank you, Desiree. It's such a challenge, as you can all see, trying to find places that are close and fit the bill for whatever specification you have. So I thank all of you guys that are doing this work and have found a niche to fill, and I really do appreciate it.
This was really great, Catherine. Thank you so much for putting this together. I definitely think that this resounded with a lot of families. So thank you so much.
I'm hoping we keep growing it, so next year will be bigger and brighter. Okay, and don't forget, we're always looking for members. Check out our Facebook page and our website, and all of this information, the recording will be on our website, Sue, or Facebook
I
page?
think I'm gonna put it in the Facebook group. If somebody wants me to email them a link, you can pop your email address in the chat and I'll directly send it to you. So, yeah, if you want it directly emailed, just put your email in the chat.
All right, thank you again, guys. Did we have any other business? Oh, we do have our Krispy Kreme fundraiser going on currently. You can look on our Facebook page for the link to that. Please help support us. Sue, can you speak to where that funding is?
Sure.
Is
So I'm actually going to try to put a the page up. Hold on for 1 second. I'll just share it. So on our website is www.tsepta.org, and we have a fundraising page. So we just have we're doing this Krispy Kreme fundraiser where you basically pay for a dozen donuts, which is $14. And then after you pay through the link, we get notified by PayPal, and then we send you a digital confirmation code, a digital redemption code, and you can use it anytime, anywhere. It doesn't expire. So we're just hoping to raise a little bit of money that way, and all of the money we raise for that will go to our Bridge the Gap grant program, which is, click on that, which is a fund that we created to help teachers, parents, students, specialists, support students with disabilities by doing all kinds of things, field trips, adaptive equipment, social emotional curriculum. We would do scholarships for camps as well. So anyway, so check out our website and learn more about everything. Bridge the Gap, fundraising, all that stuff.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much. Do we have anything else that you ladies can think of, Sue, Sarah?
It was great. Thank you.
Awesome. Then I will close the meeting. Have a wonderful night. Thank you so much again to all our presenters for attending. Appreciate you guys.
Sarah or Catherine, did you want to stay on for registration?
If I could, that would be lovely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you guys.